Hi everybody, welcome to this week's immigration update, our weekly update. We did miss last week, so sorry about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through some federal and provincial updates with you today. Okay, so today is Friday, April 29th. First thing is, as I'm sure you're aware, on April 22nd, the Minister of Immigration did finally confirm that express entry draws for applicants in the Canadian Experience class, Federal Skilled Worker, and Federal Skilled Trades class will resume in July. Okay, so we're anticipating early July, as he mentioned. So everybody get ready, make sure your profiles are up to date, make sure your information is up to date, make sure you're ready to go. If you know there's a way for you to get extra points, do it now, okay, because obviously, there is anticipation that competition will be quite fierce to get the invitations and that the points threshold is likely going to be pretty high. Okay, so that was obviously the big news that we've all been waiting for. There was still an express entry draw this week on April 27th, so on Wednesday. Now that was just for provincial nominee applicants, as expected, as we've gotten very used to. So 829 invitations were issued, and the CRS score threshold was 772. Okay. Another update, immigration are increasing their fees. So permanent residency fees effective tomorrow. Okay. So effective as of April 30th. So what that means is that the RPRF, the right of permanent residency fee, is going up to $515 per adult. Okay, remember you don't need to pay that for children, but for each adult, $515. And then the application fee is going up from $825 to $850. Okay, so just make sure you're aware of that so that you pay the proper fees, which you'll be you'll have to do anyway when you get towards the end of submitting your application online. Okay, but obviously if anybody is submitting, preparing an application to submit, and maybe you're sending it in by post, because there are still some applications that are sent in by post, so hard copies, make sure you pay the right amount of fees, because that does come into effect April 30th. Okay. With regards to Ukraine, so the Minister of Immigration did announce a new, what's called a Ukraine to Canada travel fund, okay, for Ukrainians wishing to travel to Canada. So this is really great, and it allows Canadians and Canadian companies to donate Aeroplan points, okay? So this is going to then help Ukrainians to travel to Canada without needing to pay, so they can use the Aeroplan points to book flights. And so this is Miles for Migrants are an organization that puts all of this together, okay? And you can go also to your Aeroplan account if you have one, and go to the Ukraine to Canada Travel Fund and donate points, okay? So this is another nice initiative to try and help Ukrainians get to Canada to safety. With regards to provincial nominees, draws, there's been quite a few draws this week. So first off, Manitoba. Okay, so on April 22nd, they issued 303 letters of advice to apply. Okay, so skilled workers in Manitoba, they issued 201. International education stream, they issued 41 letters, and skilled workers overseas, they issued 61. Okay. With Ontario, so they had a couple of draws, okay, or they issued a number of notifications of interest, I should say. So interestingly, April 26th, they really targeted the Ontario's express entry skilled trade stream. So they issued 1,034 notifications of interest, which is a massive amount. And the comprehensive ranking system score so they're targeting people between 300 and 461 points. Okay, so the person needs to have between 300 and 461 points in the CRS system, and obviously needed a valid express entry profile. Okay. They also, just yesterday, Ontario also issued notifications of interest to potential candidates who may qualify for Ontario's French-speaking skilled worker stream, okay? And that's for applicants who had a CRS score between 460 and 467 points, okay? So quite a narrow targeted of applicants there. So between 460 and 467. This is, again, just an indication that if any of you speak French, make sure you do a French test, okay? Because if you have a CLB of 7 or more in your French test, then, you know, Ontario will likely pull you out as long as you fall within their parameters of the CRS score. BC issued 148 target invitations to apply to qualified registrants in tech. So, of course, for folks again on tech occupations, healthcare, childcare, and other priority occupations. Alberta announced the results of an April 14th draw that invited 250 express entry candidates with CRS scores as low as 356. Okay, and then finally Quebec. They publicized their latest invitations from April 7th. They issued a grand number of 33 invitations for people to be able to submit an application for their CSQ. All of these applicants had to have had a valid job offer outside the Montreal metropolitan community. Okay, so just 33 people were issued notifications of interest there. And that's our roundup for today. So I hope that's kept you up to date with everything that's going on with Canadian immigration. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Definitely follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And we will see you next week. I hope you all have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.